Hey, what's up guys, it's Darius, and in this video I'll be testing the battery of the brand new iPhone 12 and comparing it with a few of its competitors at a similar price range: last year's iPhone 11, the brand new Google Pixel 5, the Sony Xperia 5 Mark II, and the Samsung Galaxy S20. Before we start, all of them are of course fully charged. They're on the same Wi-Fi network with Bluetooth and location enabled, and I made sure to match the brightness as good as possible. But let's jump right in with YouTube. What was a little weird, when Apple announced the iPhone 12, they never mentioned battery life. Yes, iPhone 11 did have very good battery life, but it also has a 720p LCD panel. The iPhone 12, however, has gotten a massive display upgrade, now with a much higher resolution. Granted, it is an OLED panel, which should be more efficient, and in combination with a more efficient A14 Bionic chip, should last longer than the iPhone 11. Then again, the actual battery capacity has decreased by around 10%, which I guess we'll see how all of this comes together. On the Android side, they all have around 4000 mAh batteries. The main difference is in chipset. The Google Pixel has the least powerful Snapdragon 765G, the Sony a Snapdragon 865, and I have the international model of the S20 with the Exynos 990. Another major difference between these devices is with the display, because the S20 and the Xperia 5 Mark II are both running at 120 Hz, the Pixel 5 at 90 Hz, and both the iPhones only at 60 Hz. After an hour of YouTube watching, the Pixel is in the lead with 97 remaining, closely followed by the iPhone 12 with 96%, iPhone 11 has 94%, the Sony has 93%, and the S20 comes in last with only 88% remaining. Now let's hop into some light gaming. After around 15 minutes of light gaming, we're down to 85% on the S20, 92% on the Sony, 96% on the Pixel, 92% on the iPhone 11, and 94% on the iPhone 12. After that, I'm going to run Geekbench, which I know you don't do in a regular day, but I think it is quite interesting to see how these all stack up, and it does take a toll on the battery. The results are in. We're still waiting for the Pixel 5, which obviously does have the slowest processor, but there's no surprises here. The iPhone 12 completely destroyed the competition. Check it out, it has a slightly higher single-core score than the Pixel 5's multi-core score, which is hilarious, but yeah. But now I'm gonna hop into a Zoom call. I'm just gonna set it all up on a separate phone, so it's all fair. It's definitely gonna be very interesting to see how these hold up, because this is a very intense task. After half an hour, the Pixel is still in the lead with 85%. Second place is the iPhone 12 and the Sony with 83%, then the iPhone 11 with 80%, and last place still the S20 with only 73%. Spending almost an hour on TikTok definitely took a toll on the battery, in particularly on the Pixel 5 and the S20. The S20 is just below 50%, while the Pixel is down to 65%. And the iPhone 11 and the Sony are down to 66%, and the iPhone 12 is now in the lead with 67%. But now let's move on to Netflix. Another hour has passed. We're down to 61% on the iPhone 12, 59% on the iPhone 11 and the Xperia 5 Mark II, 53% on the Pixel 5, and only 38% on the S20, which definitely is not doing well. One thing I did want to mention is when Apple announced iPhone 12, they could not stop talking about 5G. Now, all of these phones don't have a SIM card in them, but 5G would definitely affect the battery life quite a bit more. The iPhone 12, the Pixel 5, and the Xperia 5 Mark II all have 5G. The iPhone 11 doesn't have it, and the S20 does exist in a 5G model, but I only have the 4G variant. Now let's go back to some gaming with Among Us, a very fun game. I'm creating a match on a separate device and joining it with all of these devices. After around half an hour, we only have a third left on the S20, 49% on the Pixel, 55% on both the 11 and the Xperia Mark II, which seem to be doing equally as well, and iPhone 12 is still in the lead with 57% remaining. Now let's hop into the camera and do a very intensive task, but just having them record video for about half an hour. This is quite intense. We've been recording video for around 35 minutes now. And the S20 only has 15% remaining. The Pixel 36%, the iPhone 11 and the Xperia 39%, and the iPhone 12 an astonishing 47%. In this round, it really added on to its lead. Moving on to some more YouTube watching. After another hour of YouTube, we're going to run a 3D Mark benchmark, which tests the graphics performance. The Pixel came in last, as is to be expected. The Samsung actually beat the Sony, which is interesting because the Sony does have the more powerful processor. And both iPhones are obviously way better than the Android phones. But very interesting, the iPhone 11 actually scored significantly higher than the iPhone 12 did, despite it having an older processor. No idea what's up with that. Maybe it's not optimized yet, the A14 chip on the iPhone 12. I would hope so, because you shouldn't get worse performance on a newer device. The S20 is almost dead, but let's jump into some more gaming with Subway Surfers. We're approaching 7 hours and the S20 is at 1%, while the others are still going strong. You got 21% left on the iPhone 11, 27 on the Pixel, 28 on the Xperia 5, and the iPhone 12 still has a big lead with 36% remaining. There goes the S20. It lasted 6 hours and 57 minutes, which is definitely not a bad result at all, but the others are still going strong. Let's hop into some Instagram Reels. Almost 7.5 hours in, the Xperia has 23% remaining, the Pixel 5 21%, the iPhone 11 18%, and the iPhone 12 a whopping 30% remaining. Once again, we're going to go into Zoom because we're obviously very busy with meetings. And almost 8.5 hours in, the iPhone 12 finally hit the 20% mark, while the rest are all on single digits only. iPhone 11 is about to die with only 2% remaining. On the Android side, they both have 5%, while the iPhone 12 still has 16% remaining. We're going to go back to some light gaming. And there goes the iPhone 11. It lasted 8 hours and 44 minutes, which is a great result. Both the Pixel and the Xperia have 4% remaining, while the iPhone 12 is still going strong with 15% left. We're back in Netflix. We just passed the 9 hours mark, and there goes the Pixel 5. It lasted 9 hours and 7 minutes, which is a great result. And just 10 minutes later, the Sony died. Again, an incredible result. And very interesting that it lasted so long, because like I said, all Android phones have around 4000 mAh large batteries. Both the Sony and the Samsung have 120Hz panels. The only difference is that the Samsung actually has a Quad HD panel, but it's running at 1080p. Maybe that has an extra toll on the battery, I don't know. Then again, it also uses the Exynos 990 chip, which is not very power efficient. But the Sony definitely did a great job. iPhone 12 is still going strong though, with 12% remaining, which is insanely impressive. I'm gonna speed up the rest. Some more Netflix, some more Instagram Reels. Back to some video recording. And after over 10.5 hours, the iPhone 12 finally died. That is an incredible result. It outlasted all the other phones by more than an hour and lasted almost 2 hours longer than its predecessor, the iPhone 11. What do you think of these results? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm very impressed with the iPhone 12. Yes, it has a more power efficient CPU and an OLED panel, but it is pushing a lot more pixels than iPhone 11, and I did not expect these results at all. By the way, if you're still torn between iPhone 12 and iPhone 12 Pro, they have the same battery capacity and the same internals and the same display, so battery life should be the exact same. Thank you guys for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash the like button. If you're interested in some more budget-oriented devices like the iPhone SE, the Pixel 4a, and the OnePlus Nord, I'll leave those battery comparisons linked below. Definitely go check them out. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to not miss any of my upcoming iPhone 12 videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.